where we will give you some details of the account changes that we announced yesterday. And then once Angus has given his statement, we will then move over to questions. We've got a number of people on both Teams and on phone. So if you can identify yourself when you come in terms of your name and your news organisation. And at this moment, because of the number of people on the call, if you can limit your questions to just one at the initial time, because we want to get through as many as we possibly can. And if we've got time at the end, we'll come back to you. So really appreciate it. I'm now going to hand over to Angus.
Thanks, Danny. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for making the time. I wanted to provide an update on the announcement that we made yesterday. Clearly, we've done a poor job of communicating aspects of this change for our customers. We know that account changes are difficult, and especially at this time of year and with so many Australians challenged with cost of living pressures, we've decided to announce a change in our approach, which I'll outline as follows. For our complete access customers, which is roughly 10% of our 10 million odd customers, there are approximately 90% of our complete access customers for whom the change that we announced yesterday would put them in a better or equal position to today. For those customers, we will continue with migrating them to the lower monthly account keeping fee bank account option. If that doesn't work for customers, of course, they can be in contact with us and we can arrange an alternative solution for them. For the other customers, those that we expected might be slightly worse off and need more support in making sure that their banking arrangements were appropriate, we're going to pause the changes that we announced, and we're going to spend the next 6 months individually engaging with each of those customers to make sure that we have a solution tailored for each one of them rather than a simple migration across to the Smart Access account. With that, we might turn to Q&A. Thank you.
So we're going to go to caller number 1. As I mentioned at the beginning, if you could just give us your name, please, and organisation, and then we'll go from there. Thank you. Caller number 1, if you can just unmute your mic, please.
Am I caller number 1?
I think so.
Yes.
Hello, it's Samaya Ilambi from the ABC Morning Herald.
Yep, I think we've got... I didn't quite catch your name, but I've got Age Sydney Morning Herald, so yeah, feel free to go ahead. Thank you.
Samaya, yeah, thank you. So you said that you'll be pausing and individually negotiating or consulting with the customers affected. What does that look like? Will you drop the $3 withdrawal fee for Smart Access accounts?
Well, look, what we're going to be doing on the back of this is pausing the changes that we announced for complete access. Will be, as you suggested, we're going to be endeavouring to engage with all of those customers individually, either via reaching out to them or when they come into branch or call us, and we'll be able to offer them a range of solutions. We've got a number of different bank accounts. We have a Pensec account, for example, which has a number of fee-free over-the-counter transactions available. We have our Smart Access account and a basic bank account. So we'll have a conversation with each of those customers to make sure that, given their individual needs and how they use the branch and our other services, that we've got them in the best product for them.
We're going to go to caller number 2, please. Caller number 2, could you mic your sort of phone, please?
Yeah, my caller number 2, Danny.
Gotcha. Is that you, David?
I suppose so. It's just a little hard to know who's who because I've called in. Anyway, look, just a question for Angus then. How much is this going to cost CBA to do this?
Oh, look, it's not a question motivated by cost. As I mentioned at the beginning, we feel that we could have done a better job communicating this to our customers to make it clearer how we would support them, and we want to be able to take the time, as much time as is needed. We're planning for 6 months at the moment to engage with all of those customers who are affected by this change in a way that they might be better off served in another product, and we want to make sure that we've got the time available to do that properly rather than the approach that we'd initially proposed.
But if you're not going to talk about cost, I mean, how much was the benefit then for CBA to have made this change in the first place?
Look, as I mentioned yesterday, the changes that we made were motivated around simplifying our product portfolio. We've got a product with complete access, which has been unavailable to new customers for almost 9 years. And we wanted to make sure that for those customers who were able to avail themselves of a lower cost banking option, we could do that. Obviously, we got the comms not landed in the way that we want to. And for those customers where that change may not put them in a better position, we want to have the opportunity to be able to talk to them and make sure that we look after their needs individually. Thank you.
Next caller, again, I'm just going to call it as number 1. You've got your hand up. Could you ask your question to Angus, please?
I can hear someone with a keyboard, maybe.
Yes, hi.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Thank you.
Hi, Angus. It's Ben McCallum here from the Daily Telegraph. Hope you're well.
Hello.
Yesterday, we had a brief discussion around the fact that if you didn't impose this assisted withdrawal fee to a very small number of clients, that we may see additional fees across the board instead. Is that still the case?
No, I think if I recollect correctly, what I said was, there is a real cost here, and the choice available to us is either visibly or invisibly all customers carry that cost, or we make a decision to give customers the opportunity to choose to bank in a way that either is fee-free by the ATM and with a fee over the counter. So no, we're not contemplating further changes on the back of this. We want to make sure that we can support customers with the products that we've got and make sure that they're in the right solution. Thank you.
Thank you.
I've got caller with the mobile number ending 823. And if you can unmic your phone, please. I think we'll go to caller number 2 then on 3070. Maybe Hannah Moore from News Corp. Hannah?
Okay, it's Peter Ryan from the ABC. Can you hear me here?
Yeah, we've got you, Peter. Hello, how are you?
Oh, good. G'day. Hi. Look, just looking at the flack that's been coming in over this, what regrets do you have about the way this was rolled out and communicated? Will you be, withdrawing this permanently, or are you going to go back to the drawing board at some other point?
Peter, look, as we mentioned in my introductory remarks, we acknowledge that we haven't got the communications on this right, and for that we've made this more difficult for our customers than we intended it to be. So what we're focused on is making sure that we take a pause. For those customers that we expect to be better off, we want them to be able to get the benefit of that straight away, and so we're going to continue moving them onto the lower monthly account keeping fee product offer or product available. And for those customers where we expect that there might be more cost for them, we want to be able to have that conversation with them. So, I mean, obviously, given the change that we're making, you know, I think with the benefit of hindsight, obviously an approach more tailored to looking after each one of our individual customers and making sure that we've got a solution right for every one of them is our focus now.
Can I have a quick follow-up? What sort of communications did you get from the federal or state governments over this? Was there pressure applied, or was this an independent decision by the CBA to pause this?
This is based on us listening to our customers and making sure that we do the best that we can by them. And as I mentioned, we feel we didn't get the communication right on this, and so we've paused, and we want to take a different approach, the approach that we've outlined of having a more individual approach, engaging each of the customers to make sure we've got a solution. So it's very much from listening to our customers and making sure that we adapt our approach as is helpful. Thanks,
Okay.
Peter.
Thank you.
Thank you, mate.
I've got a question online from someone with the number ending 494. No? I think we'll go over to, I think Amelia Brace from Channel 7 is on the line. Amelia, do you want to ask your question? Coming to you now, Amelia. Sorry. Amelia, could you unmic your phone?
So CBA's back down on this? Yeah, just then. Miscommunication.
No, I think we'll just keep going. If somebody has a question, if you can come onto the line now, please.
Hi, it's Kate Ainsworth here from the ABC.
Hello, Kate.
What's the point of charging a $3 fee at all if so few people are even accessing this service in the first place? What's the rationale? What's the business justification here of actually charging it at all?
Yeah, look, I mean, as I mentioned yesterday, we offer a range of fee-free options for our customers, whether it's to access cash, as I mentioned, obviously, via our ATMs and fee-free bank transfers, etc. You know, more and more of our customers, the vast majority, 90% plus, choose to do their banking without going over the counter. There is a cost, obviously, involved in providing that service, and we're trying to strike a balance between making sure that those customers who choose to bank digitally or use the ATMs that are lower cost for us, that they're able to take advantage of those savings, and those customers who choose to use the service of going over the counter, that there is a modest fee associated with that, obviously, as we announced yesterday, for a number of customers, including all of those on concession cards and customers under the age of 18. For those products, they're exempted from those fees. And we have other bank account products, including our Pensec account that I mentioned beforehand, that includes a number of fee-free over-the-counter transactions. So we've got a range of free options for our customers. The process that we're going to undertake over the next 6 months is to make sure that as many customers as we can are in the right product to meet their needs, given how they use our services.
Sorry, they also, like, if you're not charging, you know, like, getting cash out over the counter in a bank branch is not the biggest thing that is happening in your bank branches, surely.
No, it's not. It's not the highest frequency activity, but it is an activity that takes place, especially for small business and business customers, and for a proportion of our retail customers. That's right.
But is it really worth charging somebody $3 to get, you know, $100 out over the counter?
Look, as I mentioned, we've got a range of fee-free options available for our customers. As part of this change, we're going to make sure that we can engage with all those customers who might not be expected to be better off with these changes, and make sure we've got them in the best product for them to ensure that they're not paying fees for the services that they want to use. Thank you.
We'll go now to Amelia Brace from Channel 7.
Hello, Amelia.
Amelia, can you unmute your mic? While we're waiting for that, I'm going to go over to Stephanie Chalmers, who's sent us a question to sort of on through the chat. Can you please clarify who exactly the migration is being paused for?
So when we did the analysis looking at the migration of our Complete Access customers over to the Smart Access account, there were just under 90% of our customers, or 90% of those customers on the Complete Access account, who, based on the last 6 months of their activity, would have been better off or neutral, no change, moving across to the lower fee account. So for those customers, we will continue to migrate them, i.e. the customers who would have been better off or neutral as a result of these changes. We're going to continue to migrate them. Of course, if that's a problem, they can contact us and we can take care of it for them. For those customers where we expect that they might have been expected to be slightly worse off as a result of those changes, we're pausing all of those customers from the migration.
And Stephanie had a follow-up question.
Yep.
And how will people know which group they fall in?
We will be in contact with all of our customers to explain which group they fit into and give them instructions on what they need to do, including if they need to do nothing.
We'll now go to Amelia Brace from Channel 7. Amelia, if hopefully your mic is
open.
open.
Amelia.
Amelia, just muted yourself again.
Hello.
Hi, I think I've got you, Amelia.
You've got me now?
Yes, I have.
Okay, sorry about that technical issue. How much was this backflip driven by a fear of losing customers? Even customers that didn't hold these accounts have said to us that they were going to close their accounts with the Commonwealth Bank. Was this still just about money?
No, as I mentioned beforehand, I think we've done our best to listen to the feedback from our customers. What's clear is we haven't got the communication on this right. The last thing we want to do is disengage or confuse our customers from banking with us, and so we've taken a different approach. We're going to make sure that customers who are better off get that advantage, and those where they might not be in a better position, that we have the opportunity to engage with each one of them to make sure that we've got them in the best solution for their needs.
You obviously don't want to lose customers, though.
Of course not, no. I'd like every customer to keep banking with us and more.
Thank you.
Thanks.
I've got another question online from Samaya Lambi from SMH. Can you please clarify on average how much worse off will those 10% of customers be?
So I think, as we mentioned yesterday, and just give you the dimensions again, of the roughly 10 million CBA customers that we have, 9 million are completely unaffected by this change because they don't have the Complete Access product. of that cohort that has the complete access product, just approximately 90% are better off. Of that proportion that's left, so that's 1% of the total CBA customer base, the majority of those customers who would have been negatively impacted by this change would have paid between $5 and $15 more per annum. So at the higher end of that range, about $1.20 or thereabouts per month. Thank you.
We've had Hannah Moore from News Corp on the line for a while looking to answer a question. Hannah, would you be able to unmute your mic? No, so I think we'll go to mic number 2. Oh, sorry, Hannah can't unmute. Hannah, do you want to send us a message on the chat and we'll ask that question? I'm going to go to caller number 2 with mobile ending 762. From there, we've got Cameron from News Corp because Hannah can't unmute. Cameron, okay. Could you unmute your mic and come in on and ask your question?
Hey, how you going?
Hey, Cameron. Yep, I've got you. Hello, mate.
Given that the bank made $2.5 billion in the first quarter, why is this being necessary at all, given the immense profits of the bank?
Sorry, Cameron, the line was a bit breaky, but I think I got it. Look, as I mentioned beforehand, we have a range of fee-free options for our customers. That's everything from the ATMs we provide at our branches and off our branches, the largest range of branches in the country. We provide free options for customers to transfer money. So we provide a range of fee-free services for customers to use and access their money. As I mentioned beforehand, there are many of our customers, more than 90% who do not use over-the-counter cash services. They're very happy using the ATM or paying digitally, which is a choice for everyone to make, whether they want to embrace those payment methods or use cash. The reality is those other payment methods are a cheaper service for us to provide. And so we are ensuring that we can offer competitive service to those customers who choose to bank that way and recover a fraction of the costs of providing the more expensive service.